So item sorters are actually fairly simple. This is all that they are. They're just hoppers and comparators, and just in this formation you can just copy it right now. You can pause the video if you want, and they're just feeding into a chest. The only thing that you want to make sure of is that this hopper right here is facing into another block. So for example, you just place a block above the chest and you can shift click the hopper, or just click the hopper on against that block, and it will face it in that direction. Or you can even do it on the comparator right here, and that will work too. So basically how these item sorters work is that we just try to sort an item, and you need a filter block and also the item that you want to sort. And for this example, we're just going to use rotten flesh because maybe you're trying to sort out like a mob farm, for example. And so how you want to do this is that you just go into this hopper, this top one right here, and you just want to place 10 blocks in this first 4 rows, or this, not the first, but the... Hi, I forgot to mention to never put the items that you are using to fill the rest of the hopper. For example, it's the 10 concrete that you see on the screen. Don't ever put it into the system, or else it will break it. So make sure you use a block that you will probably never put into the system, or you'll never put into the system, or else it will break everything. So yeah, you know, the rows. And then you want to put in the item that you want to sort, and you just want to put in 5, actually put in 6, and it should go down to 5. The last item will go into this one, and now this item is sorted. So if you put anything in there, it will go into this chest. And for example, let's try to, like, if we have this repeater or this hopper above and we throw a repeater, the repeater will not actually go into this chest because it's filtering for rotten flesh. So that is how it works. So the best thing about these item sorters is that they're tileable, so you can put them right next to each other like this, and you can just sort out items that you want. So for example, let's say these are all sorting for items that you might find when you're caving, and let's say you just want to put your resources that you got from your caving experience into here, so you can just throw them in. And it will start sorting them out individually, just like that. Once it goes through all the iron, it will start sorting out the gold. This is redstone, this is gold. It will start sorting out the gold, and then it will start sorting out the redstone. And that's really it for the item sorters. You can just tile this as much as you want. For example, here is 5, you can go 8, 100. You can go as big as you want with this. Yeah, they're fairly simple. You just want to make sure that this row of hoppers are just going above this row, which these are all the item sorters, as you can remember from here, and they're just literally this, but just right next to each other. You can face this hopper into any direction, so just like this, for example. So let's say you want to get items from this, and it will go into here. Any items that aren't going to be sorted will end up in this chest. So let's use a barrel, for example. We'll just throw a stack in there, and as you can see, we'll get the items back because they're not looking for them. These hoppers aren't looking for them. So that's how it kind of works. So you can just chuck all of your items from your caving run, and maybe you don't want to sort out cobblestone, maybe you just want to sort out all the ores. You can do that fairly easily with this kind of system. So that's really it for the normal item sorting system, but I'm going to show you guys a cheaper way on how to make it in case if you don't have a lot of iron. And yeah, so this is the cheaper variant right here. As you can see, it doesn't use another hopper above, and especially in the early game that can be really hard to come by. Unless you build my iron farm. I do have an iron farm video, and you will have a ton of iron. You can build literally a million of these. But yeah, if you don't have a lot of iron, especially early game, this is what you just need to do. You will also need some ice, some compacted ice. Ice can be kind of hard to find, but if you have silk touch or something like that, you can definitely get it. So I'm going to show you how to build this. So this is basically what it looks like. It's exactly the same thing that I showed you over there, just tiled about 5 times. Here is a little clock. You can just pause the video and copy it, as you can see right there. This repeater is just 2 ticks behind, or yeah, 2 ticks there, and you just have this chest and the dropper, hopper, and chest feeding into the dropper. This chest is very important. Basically what it does is it aligns the items that come out of the dropper against the chest, because the chest is actually slightly smaller than a block, kind of interesting. So that it can go fast in the water but still be able to be picked up by these hoppers. So that's definitely important to have there. If you do need ice, I did mention that. And the only reason that you really need ice is because water clearly only travels 8 blocks. So once you hit that 8 block mark, you do want to put ice somewhere here. Even if you want it to be a little more consistent, you can probably put the last one right there. Because as items slow down, or as items come closer to the end of the water, they actually gain more friction from the normal block. So you probably want to put ice here and here, and then you can just use a sign. You can use sign, water, and then you can just continue your little trail here, basically like this, and then you can just continue this as long as you want, having multiple and a ton, and you can save a ton of iron like that. So yeah, that's basically how you built it. Just like that's just like that. You can also add item frames above these to show which ones you're sorting. So you can have gold here, you can have your redstone here, your diamonds, things like that. You can also put blocks above these chests. If you want a solid block, that's kind of not going to be possible because obviously you chests won't be able to open. You can put things like glass or staircases, which look very nice, usually against this. For example, let's get out some staircases. Let's use copper. Copper's a new block. You can do something like that. You can put the item frames on here. That will work just fine. If you absolutely need a block above, you can use barrels instead of chests. So you can do things like this. That's also another option. So yeah, actually, let me quickly show you how showing this thing run basically. So let's just throw in some lapis. So just like that, you can see that the hoppers are picking up and sorting out the items. Here are the lapis lazuli that is being sorted. Another thing that should be noted, and I don't see a lot of people talk about this, if you throw in literally like a stack of items into like a hopper, it will break the system. So let's use diamonds for example. Where are the diamonds at? They're right here. If I throw in a whole stack, you're gonna see that the item filters are gonna be broken. So let's look at these. Let's look at these chests. I'm gonna show it to you right now. I'm gonna throw in a stack, and basically what that does is that the signal strength is so strong that it's actually activating all of the other ones. So it's actually ruining all of these item filters. So just be wary of that. Don't throw in stacks of items or else it will break. As you can see, you want these all to be 10 and this to be 5 or 6. One will go down into the second one. So that is very important. Also, items that won't be sorted out, for example, let's use glass panes. They won't be picked up, and the same. Oh, right, I ruined the things. But what will happen is that the items will just slide down, keep searching for more hoppers to go into. But if there isn't any, then it will just flow off. You can put the items into a chest similar to this. You can just put like a hopper right here, just like that. Just like that, and all the items that aren't being sorted out by the hoppers will just end up in that chest. Thank you guys all for watching. If you found this video interesting, I do have another video on a different type of sorting system. It's actually a storage network, similar to what you find in modded, using ME and being able to bring items to you. If you don't really care about that, that's fine. I also have an iron farm video, and you obviously need iron for all these hoppers if you're building a large storage system. So you can check that out. Thank you guys all for watching.